Fear is a liar. Fear is loud. It whispers, "What ifs?" into our minds. What if I fail? What if I lose everything? What if I'm not enough? Fear doesn't knock politely. It barges in, fills the room, and tries to convince us that the unknown is a reason to panic rather than an opportunity to trust God. Let's be honest, we've all been there. Maybe it's the single mom who lies awake wondering how she'll pay rent next month, or the student staring at an uncertain future, unsure if the dreams God placed in their heart will ever come true. Or maybe it's you, facing something you can't control, replaying worst-case scenarios in your head. Fear loves that moment. It shouts, "You're alone." But here's the truth. Fear is a liar. God holds your hand. Isaiah 41:13 says, "For I am the Lord your God who takes hold of your right hand and says to you, 'Do not fear, I will help you.'" Think about that. The creator of the universe isn't standing far away shouting, "Don't be afraid." He's saying, "I've got your hand. I'm walking with you." Picture a father teaching his little child to walk. The child wobbles, maybe even falls, but the father never lets go. That's God with us. When fear says, "You're on your own," God whispers, "I'm holding your hand." You are not facing this fear alone. God's help is personal and present. He doesn't just send help, He is the help. You can let go of control because you're holding on to the one who already knows how this story ends. When fear feels real, Psalm 56:3-4 says, "When I am afraid, I put my trust in you. In God I trust and am not afraid." Notice David didn't say, "I never feel afraid." This is the same David who faced lions, giants, and armies, yet still confessed, "When I am afraid." Fear showed up, but David made a choice. Trust anyway. Maybe you've been in that place, waiting on a test result, sitting in a job interview, or standing beside a hospital bed. You can't stop your heart from racing, but you can choose to whisper, "God, I trust you." That's faith in action, not the absence of fear, but the decision to trust God in spite of it. Fear's biggest weapon, lies. Let's expose some of fear's favorite lies. Fear says, "You're alone." God says, "I am with you." Isaiah 41:10. Fear says, "You're not strong enough." God says, "My strength is made perfect in weakness." 2 Corinthians 12:9. Fear says, "This is too big for you." God says, "Nothing is impossible with me." Luke 1:37. When fear lies, the truth of God sets us free. Grace in the middle of weakness. 2 Corinthians 12:9 says, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." Paul could have tried to look fearless, but instead he admitted, "I'm weak," and that's where God's power shows up. Think of Peter stepping out of the boat to walk on water. The moment he took his eyes off Jesus, he began to sink. But even then, Jesus didn't let him drown. He reached out his hand and pulled him up. That's grace in action. So it's okay not to have it all together. It's okay to say, "God, I'm scared." Because when you admit your weakness, you invite His strength. How do we overcome fear? Acknowledge it, but don't live in it. Fear is real, but it's not your home. You can visit the feeling, just don't unpack your bags there. Hold on to God's hand. When the storm rages, grip tighter. His presence is your anchor. Declare truth over fear. Speak God's promises louder than your doubts. Trust God's strength in your weakness. You don't have to be fearless, just faithful. Final encouragement. Fear may knock on your door, but you don't have to invite it in. God is with you. He's holding your hand. His grace is enough. So today, when fear whispers, "You can't," you can boldly declare, "My God can." Walk forward in faith because you are never, ever alone.